Today, I want to talk to you guys about the paradigm shift and what I visualize as what's happening in today's world with men and women, with dating, love, experience, relationship. The shift has become something, in my estimation, to be where men and women are just blaming. There is no more accountability, there is only blame. I have this to say: I don't want to add to the conversation. I want to change that conversation in the sense of looking at yourself in the mirror versus looking at the mirror, asking it to tell you who and what you are. Most of us don't understand that we can look at ourselves in the mirror and hold ourselves accountable, do what's necessary for us. We can never look in the mirror through the eyes of another person. We can never look in the mirror through the experiences of others and then ask that person to hold us accountable or hold us to a place where we are somehow free from what they're saying or what they are doing, right? I can't blame myself for how that lady left me. Excuse me, I can't blame that lady for how she left me. I can't blame her for anything. I can't generalize. Ladies, men, I can't generalize. And what's happening is there's a danger in what we're doing to each other. We're hurting each other bad. We're not even being real with each other. We're not even being honest. Brutal honesty and truth is rude now. Because for some odd reason, when you're honest with someone, that is considered, I don't know, like you're trying to hurt the person. And I believe because people have this notion that being real means to be mean. That's not what being real is. Being real is being genuine in every action, reaction, everything. If that reaction is negative, it is negative. If that reaction is positive, it is positive. There is nothing holding you back. What I'm afraid of is that most ladies and men today will go far away from each other, which you are seeing happen right before your very eyes. Traditional mind states have caused us to be live the imagination of somebody else. Instead of getting together and building our own realities, we get together and build the reality that somebody told us that we're supposed to build, or build the reality that somebody told us is the best way to do it. Instead of coming together and experiencing everything in this life together and building that reality based upon the factor of who and what we are, how we visualize things, based upon our own imagination. And if we're introducing the imaginations of others into our relationships, then we stop each other in our tracks and say, well, what do we honestly, really and truly think? Not saying that other person's imagination is wrong, but stopping to have genuine thought, genuine discussion, and genuine relationship building. There is a shift. And that shift is we are no longer together. For we are individualized in a moment where togetherness is necessary. We have shaped ourselves and our future to be less than what it should be. We have bastardized marriage. We've bastardized what sex is. We've bastardized a lot of things. We've left things to misnomers and opinions, right? We've taken opinions and made them fact instead of realizing that we must have genuine thought. The problem is everybody wants to be heard. I have the mic right now. I'm on the podcast right now. I'm heard. But I would love to listen. I love to sit down and learn. But in order to learn from somebody, that other person cannot believe they are right. They have to believe in what they're saying, but they have to be able to stand to be corrected or stand to share another thought or think another thing instead of thinking that they are correct. There's a lot of people who will agree with what I'm saying, but when it comes down to the practice of it, will you then agree? Will you then take up that mantle and do that very thing? Will you stop yourself and actually have the conversation? Will you stop yourself and actually be genuine in your actions? I'm afraid for a lot of us. I hope And I pray that many of us who are like-minded in the sense of having genuine and original thought come together. Remember, the majority is always loud, but a real leader never has to force anybody to take their point. The real leader has to live out their point, and other people see how they live and then follow. You never have to make yourself a leader. You are that naturally. So men, want to lead your household, lead it by looking yourself in the mirror. Don't look at yourself through the eyes of your wife. Don't look at yourself through the eyes of your girlfriend, your mama, whoever influences you. Look at yourself through the eyes of you. And if you do not like who and what you see, you change that, you become that. You cannot force a person to stay with you once you begin to change. This goes for men and women. If you are willing to change who you are and do what's best for you based upon your destiny and your calling, don't try to bring people along with that. You do it unapologetically. You move forward. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to push anybody. You have to be able to handle each situation genuinely. If there's something that hits you that you don't understand, it's okay to step back and say, I don't get it. Or let me think about that. Let me ponder on that for a second. It's okay to pause and think. It's okay to be whatever you are meaning to be. If what you are meaning to be is detrimental to humankind, period, can that actually be your calling? No. So please, with this shift, with this paradigm shift that is on all of us, take heed to who and what is looking at you in the mirror. And if what's looking back at you is the eyes of somebody else, it's time to break that mirror, rebuild it, and make sure that the person that's standing in front of you is you.